Hey everyone, and welcome to Ink Spotlights from Comix Wellspring. This is the series where we shine the spotlight on our immensely talented creators who print with us. Today, we're joined with Emeka Nkwo to talk about some of their journey a little bit more and so much of their projects. Emeka, thank you so much for hanging out today and coming to the spotlight. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. Really honored. I'm doing great.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about some of the projects that you're creating. I was looking at them earlier. They look so just fun and just packed with action adventure. I'm so excited to really dive into your work. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, definitely. My current project right now is Vibrant Comics, and this is something I think a story I've had in my swirling around my head for longer than a decade now. It's gone through its revisions and changes, and I thought to finally get it on paper, write it out, and then actually starting, I thought I'd try and do all of the illustration and coloring myself. So I started taking classes and courses on how to draw, how to do all of the shading and coloring. Then I thought, this is a failed. This is, I'm not going to really be able to, because it was almost reliant upon my own motivation
Mm.
to do that. So I thought, oh man, because in my head initially I thought, if I don't draw it, if I don't do everything from step one to step whatever, it's not then going to be my creation, if that makes sense.
Oh,
So I had
yeah.
this weird mindset, but then I kind of was able to get over that hurdle, and I reached out and found an artist. One I'm into cosplay as well, and they had done like this cosplay art piece for me, and so I reached out to them and I asked them, "Hey, have you ever done comics before?" And they were like, yeah. So it ended up working out. Everything kind of fell into place. And so we went from there. And yeah.
Yeah, honestly, choosing that journey is so difficult too.
Yeah.
I know, especially even with me, I'm a writer. I never really had that encouragement to draw
Hmm.
until recently that I'm trying to get myself to draw. But
Yeah.
you've already kind of committed yourself to a craft and
Hmm.
committing yourself to something new and putting that extra pressure on it's very daunting sometimes, especially when
Yeah.
you're like, I want this to happen. I want this to be my full project. And I've had
Exactly.
very similar feelings too, but also being able to accept okay, I need
Hmm.
to draw a line here. I need to
Yeah.
figure out what is best for the work to see the light of day, really.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
also to a level you're insanely proud of too. I know
Yeah.
sometimes where showing your art, showing your drawn work can be very terrifying, kind of intimidating, putting it out there,
Yeah.
and then the timeline on that I'm sure was probably insane on you as
Oh
well.
man. Yeah. It took a long while. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you finally you made that decision though. A lot of creators battle with that, and it's something I've
Yeah.
heard so many from different creators. Even people like Scott Snyder. I remember hearing him
Oh
talk
wow.
about how he was trying to draw and do stuff, and he's like, you know what? Even Grant Morrison, he was like, I gotta choose one avenue, and they chose their
Yeah.
avenue, and they just skyrocketed from there. So I feel like that's a similar path you're on, and it's a cool
Yeah.
thing to kind of come across. Do you feel like some of those drawing abilities that you developed over that time help you with your creation though? Do you still kind of dabble into that?
I would say so, actually. Yeah. When it came to, so I would say that I created the designs and the characters that I have in my stories. I actually just created some new ones for issue. Writing. I think I've just finished issue three, going into issue four right now. And so in
Cool.
issue three, there's going to be a lot more. Basically, there's going to be the full team establishment within issue three. That's kind of where the main hero team gets established. Issue one, we kind of get a sense of there being some other team. But anyways, I drew the characters. I colored them. I was looking, I bought like colored pencil packets, markers, everything, and just kind of started doing the design. It felt like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, the first scene or the first movie where he's making his suit, designing it.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. And so I was putting all of that together, and then I sent that off to the artist. And I thought, I was like, hey, here's my creation. Here's the design I created for this. Can you go ahead and put it into your form and then see what we can do? And I would say it definitely played a big part, trying to do all of that. I mean, I've always been a big fan of doodling. You're in
Mhm.
class or, work even, and you're just doodling, you drift off sometimes. So yeah, it was definitely fun to explore that. I think even now I'm still like, you know what, I want to try and doodle something, create another character, if anything.
I love that. I mean, also you're keeping yourself open. You're
Yeah.
accepting your abilities. You're still probably growing in those abilities
Yeah.
too, but what is right for the time as well. I
Mhm.
wouldn't be surprised in a couple years you do start drawing your own comic and like progressing that far into it too. But again, it's a time effort and also like a
Yeah,
motivation effort. You said,
yeah, yeah,
it's hard to sometimes pick up the pencil and accept everything that's coming out, and then
exactly.
getting yourself to like. I'm actually going through a study course right now where I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna like really jump on anatomy, and it's just like
Yeah,
it's a pain, and I just
yeah,
it's such the dull stuff, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
all right, here we
mhm,
go with the chest,
yeah,
formation, and I'm gonna connect them. And but like if you don't devote that time, and however long it takes, it's taken me
mhm,
years to really devote this time, but
yeah,
like the more you do it, it'll eventually come out, and that's the cool part.
definitely,
At
yeah.
least just having that skill is awesome.
Oh
I
yeah,
love it though.
100%.
Well, what's your schedule with your releases? When's the next issue coming out? Can we expect anything in
Oh,
2025?
I'm hoping so. So I'm hoping to get the Kickstarter at least up, hopefully by before the end of the year. So right now, what I'm working
Cool.
on is getting the all of the character sheets for the characters that will be introduced in the second issue.
Nice.
Um, so once I've received all of those, and then I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get maybe the cover. I kind of worked my way backwards with the first issue. Got the comic book created first, and then did the cover art. So I'm thinking maybe doing the cover art first this time. So when I put the Kickstarter up, there's something that the audience can look into, look forward to
Makes
in
sense.
the issue. And so once I get all of that situated and get all of receive all of that, then I'll throw up the Kickstarter. Um, and yeah, so I'm hoping to have all of that done before the end of the year, and then definitely, you know, hopefully it reaches its goal, and then we get moving into 2025 for issue two.
Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. That's so awesome to hear, man. And then of course, any sort of like, marketing and stuff that you need from Comics Wellspring, tag us in all your posts, all of
Okay.
your
Yeah.
announcements. Make sure we're, included with that. I will share everything we can that you tag us in on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff to help get you some range. We love helping creators with that. So the invitation is always open for you. Can
Awesome.
people find issue one right now for purchase?
Yeah, so I'm actually working right now to see if I can how to do the bundle. I'm working with my wife because she's an artist and she's kind of done her own production and her own thing. But right now, on the website where you can find issue one, both digital and physical copy, is vibrantcomics.bigcartel.com.
Cool.
And so that's where you can purchase both. Or if you really want, you can reach out to me on Instagram at vibrant underscore comic or comics. I forget if there's an S or not. I'm sure they'll find
It'll
it.
pop up. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where you can find my stuff or find issue one at least.
Awesome. Dude, so exciting. Keep us in the loop with the Kickstarter updates. We'll make sure to include the link to your big cartel in this bio so everybody can just run over there. I think your book is only like $4 for a physical
Yeah.
and like two for a digital. So there's really no reason not to back and help you out and grab a
Yeah.
copy.
I'd
Yeah,
appreciate that.
very
Yeah.
well priced. I'm so excited for what you're doing. I'm so excited for Visionary Comics and everything you guys are doing over there. It sounds like a very just like exciting time to be like a creator and seeing the work you're producing. I love seeing it. Are you doing any conventions coming up by any chance? You have some in mind that you're planning?
There is one local one that's coming up at the end of November. I was debating on going to that one as a getting a table and trying to sell the
Mhm.
comic or the first issue. But I think there's another new local Comic Con that's a bit bigger on a bigger scale, I would say. So I think I might try and get a table there and see what I can do.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, looking forward to it. If I ever get to catch you at a con event or something, I'd love to meet and check out your setup and everything. It's always super exciting seeing creators go out there and do cons and sell their work. No matter the size of the con, there's
Yeah,
always just a fun benefit to it.
exactly.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Emeka, for stepping into the spotlight today. I'm so happy to talk to you and, just check out your work because I've seen your issue like floating around on Instagram and everything. So when I saw you booked it, I was super hyped, at least to finally
Yes,
meet you and see face to face.
yes.
I wish you the best. And do you want to do any quick shout outs before we sign off?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my artist, Ikenna. He, man, this guy has really helped me a lot. Really helped me bring my idea to life. So huge shout out to him.
Awesome. Love to hear it. Thank you so much, dude. And next time you have a release, please hit us up and we'll do another spotlight. We'll get you on the long form for Inspired Ink very soon as well. And everyone,
Definitely.
go check out the links in the bio here. Go support this creator. A lot of great stuff. And honestly, like for that price for a digital comic, all of you should be rushing over there and supporting that. So thank you so much, man. Thank you for stepping in the spotlight. And I hope to talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Same.